Well, woke up hot, and it's supposed to be in the 90, 92 with a high heat index, high humidity. But we do have some wind today. Later today, it's supposed to, as that sun gets more intense, it's supposed to get, 15-mile-an-hour winds. I'll take it. The mud hole dried up. So we brought the stock tank out last night and started added to it. And then there's a little bit of a ditch that runs through here. So we'll just give the mud hole a little jump start. And then they can, number 10, she figures it out real quick. And then this ditch runs right there. So we got another mud hole over there. Now in there, they got pounded down to about knee deep. So that's fantastic. It just kind of, we went from, 40s and 50s overnight to 70s and cloudy during the day to, in 2 days, you're at 90 with a 105 degree index or a 99 degree heat index, high humidity. And last night when that wind stalled out and that sun would pop out from behind a cloud, like, oof, it was intense. And them poor cows, that quick of a weather change, that's tough on them poor cows. Even that little Hereford, she's carrying 500 pounds less weight than some of them other big blacks. And she's got her tongue hanging out had a newborn calf yesterday in the heat. They're doing just fine. The calves, we literally grabbed them and stuffed them under the wagons. Otherwise, the ones that were out, we also just took a bucket of water and poured underneath them. While they're laying here in the sun, we just poured the water underneath them so then their body cools off with that water. We had a heat spell a couple years ago, and we actually got a water sprinkler for a T-post. So like, if there was no wind today, we just set a T-post out here with a garden hose and just let it spray. And yep, maybe you mud up that area. Who gives a crap? The goal is to take that heat stress off of them cows. If it was going to be more than a 2-day event, we got the north end of this pasture does run into the woods a little bit. So then we would just open that up. But we're saving that for the next heat spell, because I think the next heat spell as we get into July and August are going to be a lot longer. And then in the other pasture, they got the side of the woods. But if it's a harsh temperature change, then we'll run them up there next time. But for 2 days, we thought we can just manage through. Dump a couple pails of water here to start a mud hole. I don't know, sounds silly to some people, I'm sure, but it's simple, it's effective, it helps them out. Maybe we don't even need to do it, but we do it because we can. And I try so hard and we care a lot and it drains you, but yeah. 18, she's a fresh. That's her little, oh, nope, that's not her calf there. I don't know where her calf is, but I'm almost empty, so I better get out of the way so they can start splashing around. You can hear them just chomp, chomp, chomp. One started labor, and we got the facility moved. Slight break from the sun with the clouds. In a couple hours, this temperature is supposed to start breaking. So here, 2-3 hours, we're going to start dropping temperature and drop pretty good. And I think tomorrow's high is supposed to be 15 degrees colder than today. Huge difference. So we're just going to spend the evening monitoring the calving cow and I guess everybody else. So we made it through this heat wave. Look at that grass. The grass is taller than her. Chomp, 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 chomp. Crawl through it like Crocodile Dundee and pop up at the bull, Karen. He's right there. Boy, I'm proud of him. He served us well. For the right price, he's for sale too. We got a half a dozen to pick out of here for sale. Not 10. Right there, not 10. Nope. Nope, no way. Uh-oh. It's almost tiring trying to walk through it because it's so thick that your boot gets snagged up in it. Oh, she's got a little heat going on. That's all right. 3 hours, honey, 3 hours. We actually got a drone on order. The calves get out here and hide, curl up and hide. It works great because they can stay cool and safe, you know, but trying to do a head count every night is exhausting, and so it'd be nice to have a drone just fly up, do a quick scan over the area, count calves quick, boom, boom, boom. There you go. She is following cues almost by the textbook as far as time frames. Like, we saw the start of labor of walking, laying, uncomfortable, and then whatever it was, an hour or two later, then you saw the water sac, and then the water sac was exposed for about an hour, and now almost an hour on the money, the first sign of a hoof appeared. So knock on wood, everything's progressing okay, but it ain't out yet, so let's not celebrate too early. We still might be having to assist. Whew, that's got to be a bull calf. Whew, that was the toughest I've done myself. That was a marathon gauntlet. Holy crap. Well, we're leaving with, she actually accepted the calf and licked the calf. Both of them are zonked out. So there's going to be no nursing tonight, but in a few hours, Karen will be back out here to check on them, feed the 2 bottle calves. The 1 bottle calf is starting to steal pretty good, so he rarely gets a bottle. And then in the morning when I get here, I'll show you, we'll talk about our neurological crashed Heifer 46. We got this little one that, not Karen, but the other heifer, had a neurological crash. So Karen brought her up in here, and we couldn't get the vet out on Wednesday, so we did our own little treatment. Thursday morning, the vet comes out. While trying to treat her, her eyes just sunk way into her head. Her breathing became a breath every couple seconds. You're like, well, we're going to quit treatment because she's going to be dead in a few minutes or an hour or whatever. That evening, Karen comes up and says, well, what are we going to do with her? I said, well, we'll bury her out back. Well, she said she's alive. So we either quench her or put her down. So we thought, well, let's quench her. Well, then the next morning, her eyes had came back out a little bit. So we did that for a couple days. And then her nervous system, like touching her hide, flies touching her, movement of the tongue, little things like that started to come back onto line to where if you gave her a shot for like some LA 200 or something, she'd actually stand up like, hey, that hurt. So we're seeing little progress day by day. We're at what, the fifth, sixth, seventh day, 5th day, 6th, whatever. we've been quenching her twice a day. One quench has colostrum and probiotics. The other quench has calcium, magnesium, and electrolyte package. And right now, Karen put oats in her mouth, and she's legitimately chewing it and swallowing it, which is a new sign. So, how long do we hang in there? If she could eat and drink and stay blind, we could, not a problem. We can deal with that. And hopefully she just keeps, hopefully the sensation of chewing can trigger a response. Otherwise, we're much cooler today. Had a little sprinkle this morning. Mom and calf on pasture are doing just fine. And so there we go.